Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sheila, nice to meet you. If you're not new, welcome back friend. I'm so happy to have you here today for a very special, highly anticipated video that I'm very excited to share with you today because you haven't seen my last video. I went to England, a very impromptu trip. I will link that video so you can get the scoop on why I went there, and we'll save the explanation. But long story short, I went to England, to London actually, for a family related emergency, and while I was there I also tried to make the most of the trip and do some sightseeing with my mom and my mom's best friend, and we were able to do some book shopping. So get excited for a very bookish video. I wanted to film like the entire like book shopping and London vlog style, but while I was there it was just too chaotic and there were a lot of things happening, so it was just hard for me to pick up my camera and speak to the camera as things were happening. So we're doing kind of a catch up. As you see, I am at home. I went to England almost 2 weeks ago and just got back last week, and it's just been, I just needed a lot of time to kind of rest and recharge. So if you're here for some book shopping, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more bookish content because we're a growing family here. Thank you so much for getting us nearly to 1,000 subscribers at the time that I'm filming this. That is crazy to me. Thank you so much for your support, friends. And let's dive into the book shopping, shall we? Okay, so I kind of made like little notes because it's been 2 weeks since this has occurred, since I went to England, and I just wanted to kind of walk through things that we did and then insert the clips. But I wanted to kind of explain things, and if you are interested in going to London and want to find some bookshops there too, maybe this will be helpful. Basically in this video there are 2 days worth of clips. Day one is when we went to, it wasn't London, so where I was staying was my grandparents who live in North London. I was trying to like talk to my mom's friend about the geography, like where they live, I don't know if it's technically in London, but it's like 9 miles from like the London border, north of it, if that gives you any indication. So for the first day we decided to do just an afternoon like trip walking around a town called Welwyn Garden City, and it's a very cute town near where my grandparents live, and I felt like it was a good kind of introduction for me because London is very very overwhelming, especially during these times, and just for like me in general it's a lot. So I think going somewhere that was kind of like a smaller area was a lot, you know, easier for me to kind of transition because I was experiencing a lot of like stress and anxiety with the entire trip. And I wasn't expecting to do any book shopping on this day. I was just kind of going the flow. Like this whole trip I didn't have any kind of itinerary really because I had not planned to go to England at all, since it was like a last minute thing. So the first bookshop that I went to is a used bookshop called Oxfam, and they're like a UK charity shop basically, and they do a lot of good things. If you're in the UK, you've probably already heard of them or have shopped at them before, but that was the first bookstore I found, and I was really impressed with their used book selection. For some reason I feel like the UK or just England like used book selection is a lot better than what I found here. After Oxfam I went to Waterstones, which was like down the road, and that's more of like, I feel like that's like a UK Barnes and Nobles, correct me if I'm wrong fellow UK folk. And I've been to Waterstones before because I've been to England 2 years ago when I wasn't as into reading and books as I am now, and really enjoyed like exploring Waterstones and everything. So obviously went in there because that was fun. Then we just walked around the town with my mom and her friend. So I will insert those clips here. video. Okay. It was a really fun day. We ended with, you know, going to a cafe, getting some tea. So yeah, at Oxfam, I did get some books and I'll show them, I think, at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But that was day 1 of this vlog and it was really fun. Really enjoyed my time there. And then the next day we were planning to go to London, but I was like, I didn't get any sleep that day. So I was like, can we like go the next day? So we went to London on a Sunday. And if you're taking the train, like the train into London, which is what we did, it's apparently cheaper to go on the weekend because you can get a group rate. So there was 3 of us that were going, myself, my mom, and her friend Tai. And we got like a group ticket for like £10, I think, and then like on a normal Monday through Friday schedule, getting a train ticket is like £20 or something. And this train ticket is good for the entire day, and you can ride like the bus with it too, and you just pay once, and you can go basically anywhere on the train, in the underground, and on the bus system. So that's a tip for anyone trying to navigate the public transportation system. So grateful that my mom's friend basically acted as our tour guide and was able to kind of, you know, navigate us around. Otherwise, I probably would have not been to any of these places. For London, I'm gonna insert those clips here. We are off to London today, yay! And I have like 15 minutes to get ready because I woke up super late today because I needed sleep, because traveling is very tiring. So I have 15 minutes to get my stuff around and head to the train station. So let's head on out. Train we went to Covent Garden first because I haven't been there, and that was, you know, a very touristy place. And then at Covent Garden there was the Apple Market, which had a lot of like street shops and like local handmade artists and artisans. And I got these super cute clay earrings, polymer clay earrings there. I actually got 4 pairs. The lady was super nice. I will link her Etsy shop down below. She is based in the UK. It's called La Loba Handmade Jewelry. And I got some spending money from my relatives. Thank you so much. I purchased 3 different pairs. I'll show a clip of those. And then she actually gave me a pair free of these like green studs, which was so nice. And yeah, I've been loving, I think these are my favorite pair so far. And I initially thought they wouldn't look good on me because I don't wear a lot of like dangly earrings, but I'm loving these earrings so much. So yeah, then after we went to Covent Garden, we walked to Chinatown. This whole trip was very walkable. So we walked to Chinatown, and I've been to Chinatown before, so it was like amazing to be back there and like connecting with my heritage. And like London is so diverse and I love that so much, but being like actually in Chinatown just was amazing, and seeing so many like mixed race families and blended families is just something I don't see every day where I live here in the States. So that's like one thing I absolutely love about London. Like even though I was visiting and with my family, I still felt like I belonged like within the city itself, which is like amazing. So in Chinatown, we went and got dim sum, which is a restaurant that we went to the last time we went, called Loon Fung, and highly recommend this place. It was really fast service. Like we waited, I think like 10-15 minutes, but they were very efficient at getting us a table and getting us our food and everything. So highly recommend the restaurant, and it was like delicious food as well. After Chinatown, we walked again to Regent Street.
Left me on the floor. Hard to resist, got me looking like this, like no one before. 'Cause I must be strong. 'Cause this might,
which is like a lot of high street shops and things that I see in the States anyway. So it was like the architecture is what I was really like looking at and not so much shopping. Wasn't really there to shop, but if you're like into all of the shopping, Regent Street's a good place to go to. From Regent Street, we walked to Oxford Street, which is like another big shopping place with a million different shops. By the time we got there, I was kind of over shopping, so, and I wasn't sure where to go. So then I like had to think, and then I was like, let's go to the Embankment Pier, which has like the London Eye, and there's a lot of shops there, and it's on the Thames River, and we went there 2 years ago, and I just wanted to kind of go back there. We are off to the Embankment stop to see the Thames River and the London Eye, and all that fun stuff. This is all very hectic.
I was wrong, and he's always there for you. I keep living alone, way so far from home.
We found a bookshop. Yay, bookshops. So we're at the Thames River, obviously, and this is the scene in The Lost Apothecary that I was thinking of when I was reading the book, which I have a reading vlog on if you have not seen that. But they go mudlarking at the Thames River, and this is just what I thought of, you know, while I'm reading the book. I don't know if this is the exact place the author was thinking of, or if there's another place, but this is what I imagined when I was back in America reading my book, and now I'm here living out my bookish dreams. By the time we spent maybe like an hour or so at the Embankment Pier, it was getting darker and it was like dinner time, and we planned to meet up with Tai Tai's daughter Olivia to get dinner. So we took the train from the Embankment Pier to King's Cross and then walked to this Indian restaurant called Donahue, which was really good. I highly recommend it. I also got a cheeky mojito because it had been a long day, and I was like, let me get my cocktail because why not? So really enjoyed it, and they were really conscious of my gluten and dairy allergy, which I think is like a thing a lot of restaurants probably do in the UK, which I don't experience here in America. They gave me a gluten-free and a dairy-free menu, and it was all very good. And that was kind of the end of the trip. Came back home, and here we are. Made it back to America, and I wanted to show the 3 books that I got at the used bookstore. And I'm like sad I didn't even want to buy any books really, because of how I only took a carry-on, and I knew, and my carry-on was already packed to the brim before I went over, so I didn't want to bring a lot of stuff home or like rely on my mom to take my stuff back. So I was pretty intentional with what I had purchased, and I feel like getting 3 books was kind of like over the limit. But now I'm like sad because I wish I bought more books while I was over there. But I got all 3 books from the Oxfam used bookstore. Again, like I said, amazing selection and really good prices. I got these 3 books, and I'll go through them in a second, for like £7.50, which is like $11 US. So amazing. So let's go through these. The first book that I initially was like, yes, I'm gonna get this, is The Power by Naomi Alderman, which is like a feminist sci-fi dystopian novel, which has been on my TBR for quite a while now, and I just never picked it up. I think I had it on hold as like through my library as an ebook, but I just wasn't in the mood to read it, and I saw it like on display there, and it was only £2.49. And was like, okay, like, and this is like a fairly new book. Like, when did this come out? 2016 is when this came out, so it's 5 years old. So I feel like it was a really good deal, and it's an amazing condition. Like, it was probably only, you know, read once. So got this book. The next one is Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key. And the reason I got this book, 2 reasons. Because one, I have not read, I think this is the last Ruth Ware book that I have not read yet of all of the books that she's written, as I've been slowly trying to read through them. So I was like, I'm gonna get this because it was only £3, and the cover is different than the American edition. So that was really fun too, like being in the UK and seeing the book selections and the covers like different because you're in a different country. So that's also why I got this book, because the cover was different, and I thought it was just, you know, I really do like the orange, and it was like very autumnal in October when I was there, so this kind of fit the mood, and excited to read this one. And the last book that I got is The Wonder by Emma Donahue, and I had never heard of this book. This was one of the books that I just kind of was looking through the bookshelves and the stacks and was like, wow, that cover looks really pretty, let me check it out. I think it was in the like thriller mystery section, and the plot summary was really like intriguing too. So this is a psychological thriller that takes place in Ireland about a nurse and a child who's some kind of like miracle child, and they form this relationship and shit goes down. So I was like, pretty cover. I really like the setting in Ireland. I don't think I've read a lot of any books set in Ireland, so that was really interesting too. And then just overall the plot was really interesting, and this was £2.49, and those are the 3 books I got. And I'm really sad because I wish that I bought, what book was it called? I wish I bought Deadly Education, because I saw that at Waterstones in the soft cover, and I really liked the plot. It was like, it's a dark academia book, college, super interesting, and I saw it at Barnes & Noble's last weekend here in the States, hardcover version, which obviously is more expensive. So I'm like sad I didn't buy that when I was there, but again, I didn't want to buy so many books because, you know, traveling back. So friends, those are the mini book haul, my England book haul. Wish it could have been more, but alas, here we are. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below if you've been to London, would like to go to London, what your favorite bookshops in London are, because I have family in London, so I'm probably gonna be going back very soon and would love to just kind of, you know, keep places in my back pocket of, you know, places to visit. And they don't even have to be bookstores, just any kind of place would be really cool that you find interesting, or museums. I feel like every time I go to England, the past 2 times I've went to the UK, it's been with family, and I've had to kind of be present and with my family. So one day I really want to plan a trip where it's just like me and like George, and we can actually do things without my family, like going to like museums and, you know, different kind of activities that my parents aren't necessarily into. So let me know down below, you know, what you recommend are good places to go in London. I think that could also help anybody watching this video too, to get a list of places to go to. So friends, with that said, thank you again for being here. Thank you for almost 1,000 subscribers. Insanity. Love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.